In this instructional video, I want to show you how we use some of our tools from the website, the LatticeGear website, to cleave whole wafers. We have a set of standard scribers on the left included with our wafer cleaving kit. The nice lattice scriber, which is a bit fancier, has an 8-point diamond tip for cleaving semiconductor samples. The clean break pliers for doing the cleaving, and our large cleaving mat, which is the mat which everything is sitting on, which has a ruled background which allows you to set up the wafer and orient the areas of interest for scribing and cleaving. So now let's cleave the sample. In this case I have a 6-inch wafer. It happens to have a flat, so I'm going to line it up with one of the vertical rules on the large cleaving mat, and I'm going to roughly cleave through one of the die, which is about 1 centimeter square on this wafer. So we'll first cleave the sample in half. I'm going to use the lattice scriber, and I'm going to make a mark on the surface of the wafer. It's always good to use gloves. So now I've made my indent. Now I'm going to use our clean break pliers, and you'll see that the pliers have a white mark on one side that represents the top of the pliers, and you want to use that line to align to the scribe that you just made on the sample. And if you look closely at the jaws, you'll see that the bottom surface of the pliers has a ridge through the middle. You're going to align the indent along that ridge, which is parallel to the white line, and then about a ½ centimeter from that ridge are 2 feet on the top that are going to come down, and you're going to basically cleave using a 3-point process of using the feet to cleave over the hump. So now let's do that right now. I'll pick the wafer up gently. I'll align the white line over the indent that I made, or the scribe that I made on the top surface, and I'm going to just squeeze gently. And the wafer cleaves cleanly in half, and you can see now we have 2 pieces. And the next step in this process is to do another cleave. To cleave it further in half, I can again use the cleaving mat to align to get a general alignment, and maybe it's better to make my mark along one of the die streets. And I'm going to just make a scribe down the middle of the street here. Not pressing too hard. Again, make sure that the white line is lined up at the top. Now I can easily set this up because I know the street that I've targeted, and I try to stay close to the edge, squeezing gently. And now I have 3 pieces. So the next step is to go a step further, and I'm going to now cleave yet again, and nicely. This one seems like it's these die are just about a ½ inch, so it's very easy for me to align to. I just indent on the surface using the lines on the cleaving mat, and I go through the same process, taking care not to squeeze too hard and stay close to the edge of the sample. And there we go. So now we've cleaved yet again, and now I'll cleave into die-sized pieces, again using the rule on the mat, which is really nice. And now we have nicely five pieces and cleaved all the way to the die level. And it's as simple as that. These are simple tools that you can use to cleave whole wafers. If you need high accuracy cleaving or high quality and accuracy cleaving for SEM ready cross sections, we suggest you use the LatticeAx from LatticeGear.